The Land of Sky P20 Council is a regional cross-sector collaborative in Western North Carolina that brings together approximately 27 leaders from education, workforce, business, and community organizations across Buncombe, Henderson, Madison, and Transylvania counties. The council serves as a backbone partner, aligning efforts to improve educational attainment and strengthen the workforce pipeline from early childhood through adulthood. We've seen promising growth in post-secondary attainment, rising from 22% in attainment from 2020 to 2025. Yet, the numbers tell us there's still a gap, nearly 20,000 more credentials needed by 2030 to meet the needs of our local employers. That's where the partnership between Credential Engine and the P20 Council comes in. Closing this gap starts with awareness, helping more people see the opportunities available, know where to find them, and understand how to get there. To expand that reach and make information about credentials more accessible than ever, P20 joined forces with Credential Engine, a national nonprofit organization on a mission to make credentials and skills data transparent, illuminating a path to a better future. Today, there are 1 million credentials in the U.S., 1 million different ways for people to gain skills to keep pace with a fast-moving economy. To make real progress in closing our credential gap, P20 set its focus on the North Carolina Workforce Credentials List, a powerful resource developed by an advisory council led by the NC Community College System Office. This list is continuously updated to ensure that every credential included is valued by employers in high-demand fields and leads to sustainable, living wage careers. Here in our region, AB Tech and Blue Ridge Community College are leading the charge, offering and awarding the majority of these high-value credentials at an impressive pace to meet growing workforce demand. Their efforts are fueling not just opportunity for individuals, but the economic vitality of our entire region. In August of 2020, Credential Engine received a grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to drive increased transparency and help workers navigate a maze of credential options. Fast forward to 2024, when P20 became one of only 5 sub-grantees in Credential Engine's initiative. Together with our community colleges, we carefully analyzed the NC Workforce Credentials List, aligning it with local program offerings and identifying the details that matter most to prospective students, like program length, cost, financial aid options, and college credit. In this 6-part series, you'll hear from Dr. Andrew Gardner, the Associate Vice President of Workforce Strategies for the North Carolina Community College System. In this role, he supports all 58 community colleges with strategic guidance, connections, and coaching to expand high-quality, non-degree short-term training that meets employer demand. His focus is on helping learners quickly gain the skills they need to succeed in today's skills-based economy. Sherika Rich, a North Carolina-based partnerships manager at Credential Engine. She believes that through partnerships like the one they have with the Land of Sky P20 Council, they have been able to make information about credentials, qualifications, and skills clear and accessible for learners and career seekers in the Land of Sky region, unlocking opportunities for continuous learning, advancement, and meaningful careers. Along with interview questions from Emily Nicholson, the Executive Director of the Land of Sky P20 Council in Asheville, North Carolina. We hope you enjoy this informative conversation.
Some advice that I would give to various stakeholders in this space. First of all, to start, it's important to adopt common frameworks and standards. I think kind of starting there where you kind of know, like, we are using industry standard frameworks and formatting that would be globally applicable across all partnerships, all stakeholder opportunities. Next, I would say, if you have credentials, competencies, job skills, data, connect with us, connect with Credential Engine, because we would love to work with you to get that information translated into the common data language, as well as to get that published to the registry. And finally, as we mentioned before, I think it's very important to look at your policies and consider if it clearly references structured, open, linked, interoperable data. I say this because before we can kind of get to the global working together and collaborations between the organizations, states, institutions, it's helpful to have that kind of foundational policy, kind of that the book that we're all looking at, that hymn book that we're all singing from, if you will. I think that's essential. Otherwise, you're kind of working backwards, where it's like, we have these individual opportunities and collaborations, but it might not necessarily align within the future when we're all trying to come together to kind of make something that will be globally accessible to our learners and workforce overall decision makers. So top 3, again, just adopting that common language, connecting with us to help support, and by us I mean Credential Engine, to support connecting your competencies and your credentials and job skills to the registry, and also foundationally looking at your policies to see if they align with your goals of making information accessible and transparent.
A new era of higher education, there's a lot more questions about what is the value of education. And that's why folks are leaning into these short-term credentials. So as a state, when we're looking at a policy level, we have this business model called Propel NC, where we're really looking at labor market demand programs that meet with high demand, high wage opportunities. So from a policy standpoint, in colleges, maybe an incentive is, how do we ensure that they have the financial resources to give the finances to operate those short-term training programs that lead to a credential at the same funding level as you would maybe a traditional 2-year or 4-degree program. So ensuring there's resources in place for them to operate these programs that are high demand, high wage. And then ensuring that there's an awareness component out there, that students know about these credentials. And going back to what we've been talking about this whole time is, what is going to be the return on investment with these short-term credentials, and ensuring our policies allow for that and the resources speak to it. Because, we've talked about access to scholarships, financial aid, but we also need to be thinking about wraparound services that can connect to the students as they progress in their educational journey and connect to business industry. So that's just a quick shout out for our Propel NC movement and ensuring our programs from a regional and statewide level are connected to industry demand.
Because of this collaboration, the NC workforce credentials offered at AB Tech and Blue Ridge Community College are now part of the Credential Engine registry, connecting people to opportunity through clarity and access. It's a milestone we're proud to celebrate, and it's just the first of many steps toward a stronger, more informed workforce in the Land of Sky region. Keep watching this series to discover how this partnership is transforming the way we connect education, opportunity, and the future of work. This milestone wouldn't have been possible without the dedication of our partners: the NC Community College System Office, the NC Workforce Credentials Advisory Board, our local community colleges, and the visionary team at Credential Engine. Together, we're showing what's possible when collaboration meets innovation. To see how you can help expand credential transparency and open doors to opportunity, visit credentialengine.org and explore the State Partnership Toolkit. Then take a look at our own progress through the Land of Sky P20 Council widget at our website by scanning this QR code. Thank you for listening.